September 23, 1949. Atomic shock. President Harry S. Truman announced that the Soviet Union had conducted an atomic explosion. This public statement ended the assumption that the United States held exclusive control over nuclear weapons. Evidence came from atmospheric sampling and seismic detection by U.S. monitoring systems earlier that month. Truman's announcement marked the first official acknowledgement that another nation had achieved nuclear capability. The Soviet test, known as RDS-1 or Joe-1, took place on August 29, 1949, at the Semipalatinsk test site in Kazakhstan. The device produced a yield comparable to the atomic bomb dropped on Nagasaki. The development resulted from a rapid program driven by Soviet leadership under Joseph Stalin and assisted by intelligence gathering on U.S. Manhattan Project research. The successful test occurred several years earlier than many Western analysts had predicted. The impact on U.S. national security policy was immediate. Truman's administration began accelerated planning for the hydrogen bomb program. This new initiative sought to ensure that the United States retained technological superiority. The announcement also prompted military and civil defense officials to rethink strategic doctrines. Policies based on the monopoly of atomic weapons were no longer sustainable. The National Security Council used this event to press forward with comprehensive planning, leading toward the recommendations of NSC 68. International relations were sharply affected. The beginning of a nuclear arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union became clear. The balance of power shifted from a single nuclear power to a bipolar system defined by mutual possession of atomic weapons. Global diplomacy within the United Nations also reflected the new reality, as calls for atomic energy control and non-proliferation measures gained urgency but met with obstacles due to superpower rivalry. Domestically, Truman's statement alarmed the American public and political establishment. Civil defense planning expanded, and public discourse on the threat of nuclear attack became widespread. Congressional debate focused on defense spending, intelligence capabilities, and technological development. The announcement highlighted the need for a stronger national security infrastructure and influenced the allocation of resources during the early Cold War. For the Soviet Union, the test demonstrated scientific and military progress. It strengthened the position of the USSR in global politics and served as a propaganda tool to showcase Soviet achievement. Though details were controlled, the success confirmed that the United States could no longer assume strategic advantage through sole possession of atomic weapons. The historical significance of Truman's September 23, 1949 announcement lies in its role as a defining moment of the Cold War. It marked the beginning of an arms race that shaped global politics for decades. It forced the United States to adapt its strategy, expanded the scale of defense and research programs, and altered international relations fundamentally. The statement acknowledged the end of an era of monopoly and the start of a dangerous balance that defined the nuclear age. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.